Hi everybody, it's Pollo Del Mar in San Francisco. You might know me from my contributions to the Huffington Post or perhaps Podomatic's #1 LGBT podcast, Party Foul Radio with Pollo and Pearl. All the news, gossip, and celebrity interviews you can handle. And on the most recent episode, we had none other than globally recognized superstar Kelly Clarkson on, talking about her new album, Meaning of Life. If you haven't heard that interview, go over to pollodelmar.podomatic.com and look for episode 87. According to Kelly, Meaning of Life is the first album in her entire career, authentically her, start to finish. And we've all already heard the first two releases off of it. Move You, which is more of a country-flavored, mid-tempo ballad, and Love So Soft. Oh, God, I just love that song, okay? Love so soft that you can't rub it off. I just about lost myself there, you guys. Love So Soft is a real hint at what the rest of the album is like. And in some ways, so is Move You, because what I really feel about this album is that Kelly seamlessly moves back and forth between a more R&B or soulful tinge and a more country influences. If you haven't noticed, the opening notes of Love So Soft are extremely reminiscent to Ariana Grande's Greedy. Well, I would never say that Kelly is influenced by Ariana Grande. Never, ever, ever, ever. I will say that those same influences are heard throughout, and what that means is that Kelly has gone back to those soulful R&B roots that she showed on American Idol. Remember, she performed a lot of Aretha Franklin type songs on the show? Many people thought that Kelly Clarkson would come out with more R&B and soul influenced records, but as it turned out, she became more of a pop rock diva. And we've all loved those. I mean, who doesn't love songs like Walk Away or Because of You? I mean, really though. Classics! On the new album, she really takes us into this very soulful area of her voice, and I love it. The first song on the album is called A Minute. It's an intro song, and it really does sound like what you would imagine a mother singing. She's like, I just need a moment to myself, okay? Like, she's got 4 kids now, okay? She's like, I need a moment, bitch. Followed by Love So Soft, which we all know about. The first single that you out there have not heard, which is called Heat. It's very poppy, it's very dancey, it's very soulful. I think that this song could be a huge hit off the record. Heat is probably one of my favorites, and it's got a, like, part of the chorus reminds me of something. When I say, like, it reminds me of, it's not because I'm comparing them specifically. I'm trying to give you sort of like an idea of what the sound reminds me of, or something that you might be familiar with since you haven't heard this. So part of the chorus of Heat is like, I've been working day in, day out, and the way she says it reminds me a little bit of something that you might hear from like a Fifth Harmony. Fifth Harmony has that kind of a particular tempo to their songs, like from Work From Home. Work, 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 work from home. So it reminds me a little bit of that tempo. I love the song. I love it. The fourth track off the album is called Meaning of Life. It's the title track, and it's much more up-tempo rock-oriented. It kind of has more of the sound that you would expect from Kelly Clarkson. Heard tale that this might be the next single, and if the idea is to give people something new and something familiar at the same time, Meaning of Life definitely could fall into this category. Honestly, I think it's about her kids, you know? She's like, I look into your eyes and you show me the meaning of life. It's like, she's a mom, right? And she's so happy. She told me on the podcast that she's so happy with her life and everything. So that comes across in all the songs on this record. And I think that this is one of the songs that's probably like dedicated to her kids. It's so cute. The fifth song on the record is called Move You. We've already heard Move You. After Move You is a song that is one of my favorites on the album, and that Kelly told me during our interview is one of her favorites to perform, and that is Whole Lotta Woman. I've been told that some people have heard this performed live, and if you have, then I'm sure that you got a really good taste of what this is about. Obviously, from the title alone, you understand that it addresses some issues relating to her weight, but that's really not the subject matter. Like, even though she starts off like, did he call me fat? It's really about the fact that she has a big personality, and she is a woman who handles her damn business. She don't need a man. She's got a husband that she loves, but she didn't need him, honey. She was doing the damn thing on her own. She's a boss. She's a boss-ass bitch. This is what the song is about. She's a whole lot of woman, and you better be able to handle it. I love it. She says, I'm like a hot biscuit on a Sunday morning, honey. You better give me a hot biscuit, Kelly. Damn, bitch. After A Whole Lot of Woman is Medicine. Now, Medicine is a really fun, up-tempo song. It's very interesting. It's very poppy. It has a male type of voice come in. It's like really deep. You're not my medicine. You are not my medicine. Definitely radio friendly. And I can tell you this. I saw a very poor quality video of this track leaked. I'm not leaking any of this music because Kelly Clarkson was kind enough to send me this and speak to me for a half hour. I'm not going to do her dirty like that. But there is a piece of this track floating around somewhere on YouTube. I could 100% see this being a huge hit at radio. And again, it kind of takes you in the same vein that we're used to. When you think of Kelly Clarkson, you sort of think of like kind of like kiss-off songs, right? Don't you? Like, either It's Because of You or Walk Away or, you know, like, there's a lot of stuff that is, like, very kind of kiss-off with Kelly. And I think that this certainly falls into that category. People are going to lose their mind. It's so good. I've listened to this album maybe, like, 24 times. And the song that has grown on me more and more and more with every single listen is Cruel. Cruel is like a mid-tempo slow jam. One of my friends who was listening to it said it reminded him a little bit of Mariah Carey, or to me it sounded a little bit in the vein of Ariana Grande. Please go back and remember, I'm not trying to compare Kelly to either of these artists, but it has a vibe that you might imagine one of those artists singing. Whether it was Mariah Carey or Ariana Grande, they were both influenced by the same kind of artists that influenced Kelly Clarkson, soulful people like Aretha Franklin and others. So this has a really deep soul and blues feel to it. Don't Be Cruel. It's taking all of me to love someone like you. This song is everything. I feel like this song incorporates sort of everything that is influencing Kelly on this album. It's got the bluesy feel, it's got the soul feel, it's got a little bit of a country tinge to it. Live for it. You are going to want to watch out for Cruel. I love it. Love. After Cruel on the album is a track called Didn't I. It's more up-tempo, about a relationship. One of my favorite lyrics is, it's hard to stay clean with all the dirt you throw at me, then come around and call me your queen. You better not throw dirt at me and try to call me your queen, bitch. Kelly lets him have it, and her voice is sickening. She hits high notes that are crazy, and the tempo, so much fun. Really a fun track. I think people are gonna love this one. Would You Call That Love is a super fun pop track on this album. It is more up-tempo, but it's got a definite kind of like adult contemporary vibe to it. I like it a lot. It obviously is about calling upon a former relationship to reflect back on what they had together. When he's looking at his life in the rearview mirror that he doesn't want to acknowledge, when he thinks about their relationship, does he call it love? Once again, this album is so good. It's so cohesive. I feel almost like a broken record here because when I'm explaining the songs to you guys, other than just saying, oh, it's up-tempo or down-tempo or it's medium-tempo, maybe giving you a little bit of the lyrics, all I can really say is I love this whole damn album, really though. After a few years away, Kelly Clarkson could definitely do well to have a big hit at radio, and this is one of the contenders, I think. Would You Call That Love? Definitely a contender. I for sure think that Medicine or Heat could be contenders at radio, and obviously they're just kicking things off with Love So Soft. I just saw that it's moving up on the Hot 100. I love that song. I don't understand why radio's not all over it. So Kelly slows things down again on I Don't Think About You. It has elements vocally that remind me a little bit of some Beyonce tracks. She hits these like high notes. They're not quite a whistle note, but she goes way up. And I can't remember which one of Beyonce's songs that it reminds me of specifically, but it definitely has a little bit of a Beyonce flair. She's talking about a relationship, whatever that was. I kind of was thinking about her relationship with her record label, to be honest. She says, I put up with the bullshit and it just made me stronger. I'm proud of the woman that I've become. So Kelly is reclaiming herself, and I associate this with all of the trials and tribulations that she had with her previous record label. and the struggles that she had to be able to put this record out. Good for you, Kelly. You better become the woman, and you better be proud of the woman you are today, Henty. We've watched you grow, and you are sounding better than ever. After I Don't Think About You is Slow Dance. It has a very country flavor to it. Now, Kelly lives in Nashville, so having a country flavor, especially considering her mother-in-law is Reba McEntire, hello, it should not come as a surprise that there are tinges of country music on this record. But Kelly actually said in our interview that she listened to country music as much as she listened to people like Toni Braxton and Mariah Carey and other people while she was growing up. You guys know Kelly's a Texas girl, and you can't escape country music in Texas. As she says in Whole Lotta Woman, I live in Tennessee, but these Texas roots run deep. It reminds me of some old 70s and 80s country songs, maybe like by a Linda Ronstadt or other people who were had a very soulful tinge to their music. Slow Dance is a great track for people who do like a little bit of country music. And if you're aware, country music is not something that Kelly's unfamiliar with. She and her mother-in-law, Reba, did a duet of Because of You, and it went all the way to #2 on the country charts. Just like the rest of us, country music fans also got to watch Kelly Clarkson on American Idol and have certainly followed her career all the way through since then. Slow Dance is a great track from this record, and it takes things certainly of the more soulful side of country, but it's still there. Girl, you are doing it, bitch. Side note, I'm so happy for Kelly Clarkson because she is living her best life on this record, okay? She is just giving it all to us, and I think, once again, this is her best record of her entire career. The second to last track, she is giving you full-on soul, honey. It's called Don't You Pretend. It's a slow jam. I can see you walk away, but the tremble in your voice shows that part of you is slowly dying. Don't You Pretend sounds very much like something you might hear from an Aretha Franklin. It's certainly in line with what we could have heard from Kelly Clarkson while she was auditioning on American Idol. It's obviously in line with what she is looking to achieve in her career. Now, vocally, she sounds so good on this record, you guys. I cannot explain how good Kelly Clarkson sounds on this record. And the last song is called Go High. She told me that this basically is addressing all of the people who said just really dreadful things about her. You know, when you're a celebrity, people say terrible stuff about you. And, well, Kelly Clarkson talks about when you go low, I go high, just so I can breathe. This is definitely an up-tempo pop track. It sounds a little bit more produced. It's definitely very polished. I would say the same thing about Heat as well as Medicine. Both of those sound very produced and very polished, which is something that we've come to recognize and expect from Kelly Clarkson, that sort of polished, studio-finished feeling. Other tracks on the record feel much more like you could imagine her performing these live with a band fully backing her, doing it all live instrumentations, real guitars, real performers, real people playing. In my estimation, this album, start to finish, is Kelly Clarkson's best of her career. And I feel like it is going to return her to the spotlight in a big, big way. Her fans are definitely not going to be disappointed. And I think that people who may not be overly excited about some of what Kelly Clarkson has done in the past, which who the hell is that? Like, is there somebody out there who doesn't love Kelly Clarkson? If you don't love Kelly Clarkson, just hit the bricks, bitch. People will not necessarily expect a lot of what's on this record, and I think she delivers vocally, production-wise, and in personality in a big way. I cannot wait to see her performing these things live more often. I'm looking forward to the videos that she releases to support this. I think she looks gorgeous in Love So Soft. I don't give a damn. She's a little bit bigger. Who cares? She looks gorgeous. I'm a little bit bigger and I'm gorgeous too. Aren't I? Well, anyway, Meaning of Life comes out everywhere on October 27th. You can pre-order it now. Go over to YouTube. You're right here. Go over on YouTube and check out Love So Soft or Move You if you want a taste of what this is. Just pre-order now, and trust me when I tell you it is worth every dime. If you're a Kelly Clarkson fan, get your damn life. Get all your life. Because this record is going to slay, honey. If you are a fan of Pink, by the way, go over and check out my video review of Pink as well. I'm Pollo Del Mar. Follow me on social media. Until next time, please subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.